What's good, y'all? It's Akira here, back with another video. As you can see, my new setup. I'm almost ready to reveal my new office to you guys, so I'm so excited about this, and you guys have made this all possible for me, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about basic Cricut crafts that you can make, because I realized, was going through my videos and seeing the things that I talk about, not everyone is super advanced in their journey to crafting, their journey with Cricut and all that good stuff. So I just want to show you a few basic projects that you can make that are only vinyl based, meaning that all these projects I'm going to talk about today only use vinyl to be able to make. Vinyl is one of the most inexpensive things that you can purchase to start creating with your Cricut. It's one of the easiest things that you can get started with. So I thought I'd just make a video about some of the easiest vinyl based Cricut crafts that you can get started with. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know down below. I always say this, that I take requests. If you want to see something on this channel, just let me know and I'll figure out a way to get it done for you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, so like I said, I'm only gonna be talking about easy to make vinyl based projects. Now I've talked about some of these in my other videos, but again, I realize that not everyone watches all of my videos, and sometimes these things, you know, you do repeat products because you want to make sure that everybody gets this information. Especially if you're watching this video, it means you're kind of a beginner and you want to know some of those beginner projects that you can make. And especially with vinyl is one of the things that most people start out with Cricut before they get a little bit more advanced. So without further ado, let's just start talking about everything. So the first thing is kind of a two-parter, very easy to get started with, and also low cost, are mugs and glasses. You know me, I'm a fan of getting blanks from the Dollar Tree. If you don't know what a blank is just a product that is without decoration, without design, that you can then put your own decorations and designs on. So mugs and glasses, my favorite place to go is the Dollar Tree. They're only $1, right? So that's a plus. They are widely available, you know, tons of different options when you go to the Dollar Tree, and you don't feel guilty with messing up something that only costs you $1. Also, the Dollar Tree is a great place to get inspiration and ideas for when you want to get started. So glasses and mugs, like I said, are really super easy to get started with. You can do all types of things. You can do patterns, phrases, pretty much whatever you want to do on a mug or on a glass, you can pretty much do it. With glasses and mugs, you want to use permanent vinyl. Why you want to do that is because permanent vinyl has a stronger hold, so that those things can go through the dishwasher. They can be hand washed without your vinyl design coming off. So mugs and glasses are a great place to get started at, and I think that also a lot of people like them. People want them for girls trips, people want them for different occasions, Halloween, just to have cute glasses in their home. So using vinyl on glasses and mugs is a really easy thing to get started, and I think you guys would really enjoy it. So the next thing kind of goes along with the glasses and mugs that can be used together, and that is coasters. So coasters are also super easy to make, and they're very widely available. I don't think they sell coasters at the Dollar Tree, the ones at least that I would personally use. I think they sell those little glass ones with the little glass feet on them, but I don't like those. I don't think they're attractive, and I also don't think that they're like great enough quality for you to waste your vinyl on, I guess. So a great place to get a good amount of coasters is from Amazon. I'll link some of my favorites down below, but coasters are a super easy way to get started. People always need coasters. There's tons of designs that you can put on them. Again, with using permanent vinyl, they're really easy to make. You don't use a ton of vinyl because coasters are usually on the smaller side, and they're ultimately a fun thing to get started with, fun thing to gift, just to have in your home, or just to practice with. So like I said, glasses, mugs, coasters, they're all kind of in that same wavelength. You guys see my wave in the back? I'm on a wavelength. But ultimately, yes, those are great items to get started with, and I think coasters are super easy to make and design as well. Okay, so t-shirts and sweatshirts, sweaters, pants, whatever, clothing items pretty much. I would just say this is overall about clothing. So getting started with your Cricut, and a lot of people want to purchase Cricuts to make t-shirts for like birthday parties, graduations, family reunions, that type of thing. So they're really easy to get started with. You can get blank t-shirts, blank sweatshirts, blanks from all types of places. You can go places like Michael's and get them. You can go to Walmart and get them. There's tons of websites out there that sell blank t-shirts in bulk. So that you can try that there. If you want to just get started small, you can start, you know, find a few on Amazon. I'll link some of my favorite down below. But t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatpants are a great and easy thing to get started with Cricut. The heat transfer vinyl is a little bit more expensive than regular vinyl, but it's still an easy product to get started with. So 2 tips. Now, when I first started out with Cricut, it wasn't an option, but you always want to make sure if you're making clothing that you want to mirror your image so that when you press it onto the shirt, it comes out the right way instead of coming out flipped. Once you get your Cricut or you start working with it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But now Cricut kind of makes sure there's a little pop-up now that if you're using heat transfer vinyl, you want to make sure that you mirror it. So that's a tip from me to you. But yeah, getting started with heat transfer vinyl is really easy. Now you will need some sort of heat press to get started with using heat transfer vinyl. You can get one as low as I believe like $50, or like the little mini press. I have one, but I don't feel like getting up and getting it, but I'll put it here somewhere on the screen. You can start out with a mini press. If you have an iron, you can use an iron as well. That's super simple to use with just the heat settings. Cricut has heat settings for the heat transfer vinyl available on their website, so there's not any really guessing to what heat that you need to set your heat press or your iron or whatever to get good results. You could also invest in a heat press. That would be like another $100, $100 to $150 depending on what size you get to get a heat press. But still one of the easier things that you can make with Cricut. And there's so many different designs you can put on any type of clothing, so I think it would be a great idea for someone who is interested in coming up with a simple project for Cricut, but also making something that's wearable, tangible, and that you can take along with you or make for friends and family. So t-shirts, sweatshirts, sweatpants, any type of clothing, super easy to get started with Cricut. So the next thing, you guys know I'm a home decor pro. As you can see, my little office design here that I did myself. But pillows. So pillows are super easy to make with Cricut. Again, you'll be using heat transfer vinyl. There's tons of places where you can get pillowcase blanks. I will link some of my favorite ones down below. Also, guys, the Cricut pillowcases are chef's kiss. I really recommend them. I have some, I use them regularly, and I love them. They're such high quality. They take the vinyl really well. They're not textured, so your vinyl is like bumpy or weird looking. I really enjoy Cricut pillowcase blanks, so I will link them down below. But there's all types of things that you can make with pillows, you can do with pillows. That's super easy, super fun, and people always need pillows. You know, throw pillows for their blankets, throw pillows for their blankets, for their beds, for special occasions, going to college. People just redecorating their houses for seasons or whatever. Pillows are a great thing to make. They're super easy to make, and like I said, that heat transfer vinyl, make sure you mirror it so that your design comes out the right way on your pillows. So the last thing I'm talking about that is super easy to make with Cricut are signs. So I talk about signs a lot on my channel because people love them. They love them for nurseries. They love them for bridal parties, weddings, just for their home, for decorating, for outside on their front door. That's became really popular in like the last 2 years. So signs are really easy to make with Cricut. Now signs do require a little bit more effort because if you're using a piece of wood, you have to paint it or stain it or whatever you want to do with your design. So that is a little extra step, a little extra money with, like, you know, finding your wood blanks, also getting paint and painting them, waiting for it to dry. So a little bit more involved, but still a super easy project to make. Now wood signs, I personally adore them. And I think that if you put your own creative spin on them, they can be a really great seller for you, something great to make for your friends and family, or something great to just have around your home just to make it that extra little spark and give you that creative custom look with your Cricut. Now with your Cricut, I would recommend using permanent vinyl to make signs. So again, like you have that permanent stick, and also permanent vinyl sticks better to paint than regular vinyl does. So just keep that in mind. Also, a lot of people, if they do use permanent vinyl, they then top their signs with sometimes like polyacrylic, which is an additional cost, an additional skill that you have to learn, but it's not necessary, especially if you're going to be keeping your sign indoors. So just something to keep in mind. Also, you could use resin, which is more expensive than polyacrylic, because you get a big thing of polyacrylic for like 14 bucks. Resin, you get like 2 little things for like $30. So just depends on the look that you want, and kind of you can look up and see the comparison between someone using resin and someone using polyacrylic to seal their signs. I definitely do recommend that you seal them, just so that they have a longer lifespan for the user, the end customer, or just for yourself and in your home. So those are a few easy Cricut crafts that you can get started with. I think that all these crafts are really fun to make, and they're all vinyl based, which vinyl is the most inexpensive product that you can get started with Cricut. So I think it's a great idea to just give you guys some vinyl based projects that you can get started with. I think I'm going to make a dedicated video about making a sign, because I talk about them so much. It's like, why haven't I shown you guys my spin on signs? Because they're not going to be those little hokey dokey signs that you see like on Etsy and stuff that are kind of all in that same type of style. That just doesn't fly around here, okay? So I hope this guide was helpful for you guys to be able to find some projects that are easy to make when you get started with Cricut, so you're not intimidated and you can kind of get into the groove of using your machine, using the Design Space software, coming up with designs, using your vinyl, you know, transferring the vinyl from point A to point B onto whatever blank you're using. And also, I'm happy that I can give you guys some resources for blanks, so you're not spending tons of money on these things. And like I said, I will link all my favorites down below, all things that I've used, so it's not just me, you know, pulling stuff out of my hat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think it'll be super fun to kind of make more videos like this for beginners and like more basic craft videos. So let me know down below what you would like to see. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.